Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Definitely got to cover up this hot topic. Diddy tries to put a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar, Wright, in examination of controversies we see. Says here that Diddy tried to put a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar, Wright, an examination of controversies. So let's see what the headlines say. Bear with me for a second. We got shocking revelations. The world of hip hop is filled with drama, rivalries, occasionally scandalous. And it says here, allegations amongst these stories, few are as shocking as the claim that Diddy Combs attempt to put a hit on two individuals, Gene Deal, a former associate, and Jaguar Wright, a singer, and outspoken critics of the music industry, unfold a tale of betrayal, loyalty, and the darker undercurrents. Bear with me for a second. An undercurrent of fame, the following or aspiration into the background of these features, the events leading up to allegations and implication of such claims in the entertainment world. So once again, Diddy tried to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, an examination of controversies. So it says Gene Deal was a longtime associate of Diddy's, serving as a bodyguard and confidant. His proximity to Diddy during the height of Bad Boy's success placed him in the inner circle of the hip hop elites. However, as the years passed, Gene Deal became increasingly vocal about his experiences, sharing stories that painted a less flattering picture of Diddy and the culture surrounding him. Okay. It says Jaguar Wright is a singer and a former artist who gains recognition in the early 2000s, known for a powerful vocal and emotive performance. She also gained attention for critics' discussions about the music industry. Her outspoken nature lead her to make several allegations against Diddy, including Jay-Z. Her willingness to challenge the status quo and speak out against injustice in the industry made her popular. So in recent years, both Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright have made allegations suggesting that Diddy attempts to do a hit on them. So it says Deal had claimed that after he began to share stories about Diddy, he received threats that implied that his life was in danger. Similarly, Wright has stated that her criticism of Diddy led to threats against her, suggesting a pattern of intimidation aiming at silence. So these claims have not only raised eyebrows, but also it raised a lot of suspicions. of discussion within the hip hop community and beyond. The implications of such allegations are serious, particularly given to Diddy, statue, and industry, and the potential consequences of these allegation actions. The allegation against Diddy must be understood within the broader context of the hip hop industry, which have long been characterized by a culture of fear, intimidation. Artists often face pressure to remain silent about their experiencing. For fear, both professional and personality, this silence perpetuates cycles of abuse, creating an environment where speaking out can feel dangerous. Where speaking out can feel dangerous. And I got this tape, man, that we're going to roll this tape. This is some horrible, shocking revelations that Diddy has tried to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, man. We got to roll this video. Thank you guys for tuning in, but we definitely got to roll this video, fam.
This time she said she did not want to name Diddy. She said she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed and that later on the rapper would harm her.
People around Diddy and what everybody knows.
What happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
D-I-D-D-Y-D-E-V-I-O. So it's seemingly been confirmed that Diddy tried to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright for exposing his crimes. And this is genuinely bone-chilling. Hear it from the horse's mouth itself.
What happens with exposures? You make yourself vulnerable to all kinds of attacks, seen and unseen. What happened to my friend? When he passed away, there was $250,000 on my head and $150,000 on his.
You see, Diddy had put a hit out on Gene Deal, his former bodyguard, and Jaguar Wright, who was a magician. And the reason for the hit that Diddy was trying to put out on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, because they know too much. They know too much, and this is why the hit was made. The hit was made that Diddy would try to put a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright. Now let's listen with what they saying here, man.
But what if I had decided to go back with my head held low and said, Sean, I'm willing to play the game, and then found a way to get inside of him and move him around?
Cam, let me tell you something, man. If I worried about what somebody would do for me, I wouldn't be the man that I am. I keep my head on the swivel. I do what I have to do to protect myself and my family. All I know is that I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. I got people out here that love me. You understand? And if something happened to me, I know people's going to make sure you meet me wherever we got to go after this life.
And this comes on the heels of the fact that Gene Deal previously said Diddy had tried to reach out and silence him before.
He don't usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here. Yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie? And I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before or whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that. Drop that thing on Cassie to show everybody. Oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help. This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on, and everybody start backing up from it. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being tough, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Don 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me. Enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that. Enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough.
See, if you don't know who Wolf is, Wolf was a New York resident, man. Wolf didn't cause no problems, man, for his life to be murdered, man. You know? So the fact of the matter is, man, Gene Deal speaking facts, man. You go tell Wolf and his mom that. You go tell Biggie Small mom that. Because like I said, you guys, when Diddy tried to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, was serious. You talking about a man that was Diddy's bodyguard, man. And Jaguar Wright was a magician, man. She hung around the industry. See, when you speak truth, man, when you speak the truth, man, you'll have to be very, very cautious of who you speak the truth to. Because Diddy was trying to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright. Gotta remember, man, these people made these accusations against Diddy. And see, why would they make these kind of accusations if they didn't know Diddy, man? These are only two people that knows what goes on in the industry, and they gave shocking, revealing revelations, and now all of a sudden, Diddy is trying to put this hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright. Let me play this video. Let y'all hear what he's saying.
You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about that. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
Now I got a phone call from Kirk Burroughs. And Kirk Burroughs, and I ain't gonna even give this guy no play. Not Kirk Burroughs, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he want to reach out to you, Gene. He want to speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burroughs did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because, bro, listen. I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't going to understand this. Because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is, when you lean on right, you ain't gonna never turn to wrong.
And the scariest part is, putting hits out on people is the least of Diddy's.
Gene's gonna tell it. Gene Deal says, man, if you're gonna lean on the right, you're gonna lean on the right. What's truth, man? You know, and after a while, man, after being Diddy's bodyguard, man, he revealed some shocking stories, man. He seen what he saw in the industry, man. And ain't nothing wrong speaking what's on your mind, speaking truth, man. Ain't nothing wrong, but that don't give, you know what I mean, the audacity for Diddy to try to put a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright for what they know. For what they know, man. It's sad, man. This stuff is sad, man, because he explained that it don't give a man a right to try to put a hit on my life, man.
These heinous abilities. Gene and Jaguar definitely have reason to worry, because Diddy has a history of being involved in people's murders. A recent Rolling Stone expose on Diddy reveals that the notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, was allegedly planning to leave Bad Boy Records just before his tragic death. Several people interviewed for the article confirmed the story, with claims that Biggie was in a legal battle to regain his publishing rights. According to The Big Payback, Diddy was determined to hold on to those rights, famously stating, "I will never give it up until I'm dead, and my bones are crushed into powder." Hip-hop photographer Monique Bunn shared that Biggie had confided in her about his plans, saying, "Biggie was absolutely about to leave Puff. I know for a fact, because he told me that." Deal claims Diddy had Biggie dealt with.
How you feel about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight?
Man, you would get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this, because people ain't getting it.
It was a completely set up, man. Why he couldn't do it at Diddy's? You know what I mean? Hot 97 studio. But instead, he took him to LA. If this was your real boy, you would not take him in LA. You know, we all know the truth, man. We all know, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Notorious B.I.G., man. He didn't want to be the bad boys, man. But when we lost Pop, man, you know, that's a bad idea to take him down to LA, man. Even though, you know what I mean? Even though Biggie was trying to move from that situation, you know, but it was hard for him, man. It's not. I want you guys to understand. It's not easy to move from that situation, man. It's not easy. Because just like Diddy did, man, you know, people think now, man. People, you know what I mean? I rather just go on and just kill two birds in one stone. You know, and that's exactly what Diddy did, man. That's exactly what he did. He knew his own homie didn't want, you know what I mean, after the Pops murder, man, you know, shit. Notorious B.I.G. didn't, you know what I mean? He already know Diddy had all his fingerprints when on the 96 Pops murder, man. You know, and you know what I mean, he didn't want no part, man. He didn't. You think he wanted to go, you know what I mean, to Las Vegas, man? Come on, man. But did he decide? Well, I gotta just kill two, you know, what I mean, two birds with one stone. I just gotta go and do that.
He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Beef, Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the I'm gonna put him out the pasture. Catch him if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by that you was running with? Why would you do that? Oh, they just wanted to do business mind, man. No homo. Because you know how some of these kids out here be thinking, right? They hear that. Keep it real, man.
Look, man. I agree 100%, man. Why you sending your boy to Cali when it was an East and West Coast beef, man? Suge Knight was not gonna allow that, man. Come on, man. You don't think Suge Knight know everybody from the West Coast, man? Come on, man. Why would he did that, man? You know, it was no business. This how big, you know what I mean? Big is, man. He couldn't run no and high, man. So this was no business. This was to put him in front street. Big, you know what I mean? Big didn't want to have no part, man. He didn't want to have no part of Puffy, man. Come on, man. I hope they get justice, man, for Notorious B.I.G., man, too. Man, Gene said a lot right here, man. How do you leave your friend in Cali, man? When we just had a West and East Coast beef. It don't make sense. And he said he's coming to take my life, he's coming to put a hit on my life, on Jazz life.
Man, why is he out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory? You got Daddy's house. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded that, like we'll see, Big love Cali. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that nigga would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother.
Biggie was tragically shot and killed in March 1997.
So, all you guys go to the Vibe party.
It was 23 of us.
23 people go to the Vibe party. And then at one point, the fire department starts to shut it down.
Now it's only
12 of us. Because them motherfuckers that left, they must have felt something. You know, what's his name? Chuck Bone. That was Puff friend. Yeah, he that was with us. Chuck Bone. They must have felt something and they left and went to Steve Stout's house in the hills. Because Steve Stout was giving a party that day too.
Okay, so half the entourage leaves, half is still there. You go and grab all the SUVs and have them pull out in front, so when Big and Puff and all them come out, they can just jump in their cars.
And we can leave.
Okay. So tell me about the scene outside as you're waiting for everyone to get in their cars and start to take off.
So first we lined up parallel to the door in which they have to come out. Right? You follow me?
Yep.
All right, we lined up parallel to where the doors they have to come out. So if they come out right here, the car's right there. They're right there. So then Big is taking his time because you know his fibula bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. You know, they fractured or whatever. So it's taking them a long time to come out. So they get out, Big gets in the car, everybody get loaded up. I said, come on, let's go. We ready to go. Puff is running back and forth like, yo, he'll see a girl, he'll go grab a girl. He said, yo, Gene, remember her, she coming to the party tomorrow. I'm like, remember her? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? I've never seen him act like this ever, because he don't act like that. When I said to Paul said we was ready to go, I said, all right, follow us. I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I have my gun out. I'm on the side of the car. At the time, I'm 265. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the street 30. You know what I mean? So I was a little slimmer back then. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the fuck you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Run the next 3 lights. Kenny just took off. When he took off, we got past the light because it was a flashing red light. We got past the light and we got across the street. Tone, who was behind me, said, yo, somebody in the car pointing a gun at Big now.
And Diddy allegedly jumped on the emotional fallout.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You got a bodyguard like Gene Deal know what was going on. Diddy did not know what was going on, man. And saying all this rah-rah shit, right? Gene take him as a buster. I'm your bodyguard, fool. What you mean? What you mean? He's on the other side of the car, man. Got his thing and everything. You know? So how is you forcing someone to get in your car? And then you know what I mean, if you didn't hear, you know what I mean, him saying that he pulled the seat back. He told his homie to drive, man, because he seen something. Gene seen something, man. He seen something that Diddy didn't see. You know what I mean? It is finna murder your boy. And he's like, drive, fool. Drive this car, man. He's the driver, man. You see, the driver didn't know what's going on, man. He's telling him, man, drive this car, man. Fuck what Diddy had to say, man. See what I'm saying, man?
Arista and Bad Boy's former publicity director, LaJoyce Brookshire, who had been with Biggie the day before his death, requested time to grieve. Instead, Diddy instructed her to ensure that Biggie's posthumous album, Life After Death, would debut at #1. Gene Deal also claimed that there are lots.
They're right there. So then, Big is taking his time because his fibular bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. They fractured or whatever. So it's taking him a long time to come out. So they get out, Big gets in the car, everybody get loaded up. I said, come on, let's go. We ready to go. Puff is running back and forth like, he'll see a girl, he'll go grab a girl. He said, Gene, remember her, she coming to the party tomorrow. I'm like, remember her? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? I've never seen him act like this ever, because he don't act like that. When I said to Paul said we was ready to go, I said, all right, follow us. I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, Gene, what?
You see, he trying to ride on the other side of the car, man. He got his pistol. He see what's going on. Remember, Big got bad hips. But he managed to get in the car, right? Shit finna go down. Diddy running back and forth, man. Back and forth. I don't know. He see what's finna go on. Gene riding on the other side of the car, he saying, man. With Paul. Well, not with Paul, but telling Paul, I'll meet you. I'll be right behind you, right? Next thing you know, Diddy tell him, get out the car and get in the car, man. Trying to diss him. You know what I mean? If you don't do this, you're not gonna be from Bad Boys and all this, right? And this is his bodyguard, right? And he gets in the car. You know what I mean? You 265, and in the back car, Diddy put the seats back and shit. And Gene like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck you doing putting the seats back in? Tell Paul, look, man, drive. If you don't drive, man, shit, fuck it. I drive this motherfucker. Cause he knows something's up, man. Come on, man, let's roll this video, man. Let y'all hear what Gene had to say, man.
What you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I have my gun out. I'm on the side of the car. At the time, I'm 265. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the street 30. You know what I mean? So I was a little slimmer back then. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the f you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the f is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Run the next 3 lights. Kenny just took off. When he took off, we got past the light because it was a flashing red light. We got past the light and we got across the street. Tone, who was behind me, said, yo, somebody in the car pointing a gun at Big now.
And Diddy allegedly jumped on the emotional fallout. Arista and Bad Boy's former publicity director, LaJoyce Brookshire, who had been with Biggie the day before his death, requested time to grieve. Instead, Diddy instructed her to ensure that Biggie's posthumous album, Life After Death, would debut at #1. Gene Deal also claimed that there are lies floating around about who really killed Biggie.
I gotta ask you about this. Before the interview, you was telling me about this. Captain Shaheed Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. You was telling me that a platform is trying to blame him for the murder of Biggie. Like, what's the deal with that?
Because Brother Shaheed is dead. That's why they're trying to push the narrative now. When Brother Shaheed was alive, they wouldn't dare to say anything to that nature. I met Brother Shaheed at the Million Man March in 1990. Was it 1995 or 90? That was 95, right? 1995. I met Brother Shaheed at the Million Man March. October the 16th. October, my birthday. Right. I seen him at Farrakhan. We was at Farrakhan's, the house they had for Farrakhan. We all got our badges because we all walked backstage together. Not backstage, but back at the Capitol where the minister spoke to the masses. I met Brother Shaheed then, seen him a couple of times before. You understand? I know Brother Shaheed when I seen him. Brother Shaheed was not the Muslim who walked up to me. All of a sudden, not everybody trying to put the pictures together and say all this old dumb shit. It didn't happen like that. Was not Brother Shaheed who came up to me. I wouldn't have showed Brother Shaheed my gun because I knew I would have been safe around him. I've been around him with Brother Mustafa, Farrakhan's son. So now that he's dead, everybody trying to post the pictures side by side to the guy that we identified and everything like that. Get out of here, man. Brother Shaheed was every bit about 6'4.5", 6'5". I would have known who he was when he walked down the street and walked away. Get out of here, man. That's just these content creators, people trying to make up and people trying to spill the narrative from them crooked cops not doing the right thing to Big and on Big's case.
So who's the ones pushing that narrative?
I don't even want to get them to spin on your show, bro. You understand? I don't want to get them to spin on your show, but the people out there know that they some felonious content creators that's trying to put Gene Deal name in everything because you made this shit hotter than fish grease.
So you don't think it was him? You think it was Amir Muhammad?
I know it wasn't him. Ain't no thing. I know it wasn't him. He wasn't the one with the blue suit, white shirt, and blue bow tie.
I'm gonna say this: Gene Deal been around the nation for a long time, man. He knows, man. That's why a lot of people don't like him, man. A lot of people disagreement with him, man. But he knows, man. And Gene Real keeps it real, man. He's not gonna sugarcoat. You know, he knows the brother. You see how he said he's so comfortable being around his brother. You don't even have to bring a gun with him. That's how comfortable he is with his brother, man. So right off the back, man, how people, content creators, how people, make a bad image. And that's what some people do, man.
With the peanut head, it wasn't him.
Do you think it will ever come out that Amir Muhammad did it? Because, you've been saying that for a while. And the dude out here living his life, he do real estate now. And, that's crazy if he killed Biggie and he out here, doing real estate.
My man, there's some people that's working on Big's case. There's some people that are trying to come up with enough evidence to get those files reopened. Get those cases that were sealed, unsealed. And when that happens, we're going to be quite all right, brother.
The controversy didn't end there. A few months later, Rolling Stone approached Bad Boy for a cover story, and Kirk Burroughs, the label's co-founder and president, suggested they feature Biggie. Diddy's like, "No, he's dead. I'm putting out Diddy's debut album, No Way Out, in July. I need to be on the cover of Rolling Stone," Burroughs recalled. As a result, Diddy appeared on the magazine's August 1997 cover. a decision that was criticized, even by Death Row Records' Suge Knight. Known for his own harsh reputation, Knight commented, "When Pac left, I didn't pick up a microphone. I picked up the pieces. But for the most part, it seems Diddy and Biggie's relationship was always strained."
Biggie was happy on Bad Boy. Do you think he was planning on leaving?
I feel that he was happy about his career. He was happy about the blow up. He was always on the line. He never let us feel comfortable like, oh, y'all did me right. Oh, I'm loving you guys right now. He would never give it up like that. He would always have us under pressure to keep doing it bigger and better. I honestly, when I look back on it, if he trusted Sean more, it would have been better. But he didn't trust him as much as the way Sean says they were best friends after he was dead. Now, I didn't see that during the time we were working with him. I see that as an emotional cry out after he's gone. I saw him as wanting his music and everything to be right, have the number ones, and we delivered that. I think there might have been a little bit of a hole or a gap when it came time to people being friends. I think Sean wanted friendship too. He might have wanted the best friend thing. Biggie came with his friends and came with everything and was about to open up to the world with all kinds of new friends and new people. This tragic incident happened, and now he did belong to the world, but not even to us anymore. It was like he was gone, we had the music, and now we were left with his legacy. He was happy about blowing up. I can tell you he was happy about his success. He was happy about the stature that he had. I don't know if he was very happy about staying with us forever.
And now, even Biggie's own mother wants Diddy exposed.
Hey, heard of Miss Wallace.
Hey, Miss Wallace, Gene Deal.
Oh, hi, Gene. How are you?
All right, man, you know I ain't seen you since I came to your house and had that conversation with you. How you been? You all right?
I've been okay. I've been watching you on Facebook.
I'm sorry, Miss Wallace, I'm sorry I had to do what I had to do. But, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. I know you do.
Thank you, Miss Wallace. Like I told you, I said if Miss Wallace would have called me and told me to shut it down, I would have shut it down. Miss Wallace ain't called. She knew how to get in touch with me. If Miss Wallace didn't tell me to shut it down, I'm going to keep doing it because I respect you, Miss Wallace.
And do what you do.
Thank you, Ma. I appreciate you.
What you do.
What was the backstory behind that Big Mom calling you?
My man, that had to be, if I say exhilarating, it had to be one of the highlights of coming out here and doing what I've done over the last, since 97. Since 97. Since I seen Miss Wallace. You know what I'm saying? To hold Miss Wallace's hand and explain to what happened to her son that night, it was one of the, I guess, most emotional times I've ever had in my life. Because here I am explaining how your son died.
It's sad too, cause he explained. You gotta remember, man. He was there, and everybody got in the car. He was in one car. You know what I mean? Gat in his lap. Diddy running back and forth, not knowing what's going on. You see. So he ended up getting in the car with Diddy. Told his boy Keith, man, drive this thing, man. We gotta drive. If you ain't gonna drive, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I take the wheel, right? Not knowing, right, that his partner, his homie, got the guns. They got the guns pointed at Big. And like I said, man, like Gene, you know what I mean? You know, OG, man, Gene, he got to tell it. He got to tell, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? About this murder, man. Rest in peace to, you know, B.I.G., man. But you know what I mean? He's good with Miss Wallace, man. You know? He's very good with her, man. So we're gonna play this clip cause man, wait when he tells what happened to her son, man.
When he was calling Miss Wallace, I was screaming, yo, tell her I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. But they had me on mute. But him being an outright brother and straight, he said, yo, Miss Wallace, I got Jean on the phone. And she said, Jean Deal? And he said, yeah, Jean Deal. He want to speak to her. She said, I watch his stuff on Facebook and YouTube all the time. And I was like, yo, my man, to hear Miss Wallace, Big Mother say that, brother, it sent the chill down me because it reminded me of Wolf Mother, Miss Mama Jones. She gave me her right to say what I needed to say on the behalf of her son. She gave me her blessings. She came on my program. So, bro, to hear Miss Wallace say that, and the first thing I said as a gentleman, I said, hey, Miss Wallace, how you doing? And then I wanted her to know that I respect her to the fullest. And the first thing I said was, Miss Wallace, if you tell me to stop, leave Puff, stop, not to say leave Puff. If you tell me to stop doing what I'm doing, I will. She said, no, Jay, I watch you. You keep doing it. You doing a good job. You, man, listen here. Yo, I was happier than one of them boys at a Diddy party. I was so happy, man, it was crazy. Because this was the first time I had talked to Miss Wallace since the last time I talked to her and was telling her about Big's death. And she said I didn't want to hear no more.
This information, combined with over 100 other accusations against Diddy, has led many to re-examine past interviews. One interview clip has gone viral on TikTok, where Diddy discusses the infamous East Coast-West Coast feud between Tupac Shakur and Biggie. Reflecting on the tension, Diddy recalled a conversation with Biggie after Tupac released his scathing diss track, Hit 'Em Up. I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we not gon' respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt if we respond, Diddy said, recognizing the danger of escalating the rivalry. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up not only targeted Biggie, but also Diddy, Bad Boy Records, and their associates, further intensifying the feud. Diddy reminisced, Tupac hit us with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold. He added that if they were at a party where the track played, they would take over the DJ's turntable to stop it. Amidst these revelations, rumors are swirling that Tupac's family may be considering a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy. The speculation comes after claims surfaced that Diddy had offered $1 million for Tupac's killing. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a former gang leader charged in Tupac's murder, alleged that Diddy made the $1 million promise. Gene Deal certainly thinks Diddy's weird obsession with Tupac could have led to him being involved in the shooting.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I get around, talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He would have got the same Versace shirt.
See that, man? Diddy wanted to admire Pop so much, man. He took all his image, man. This where he blew up in the rap. He wanted to be like Pop. He wanted to look like Pop. He wanted to dress like Pop. You see?
Pac had. Which, alright, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Because you got to realize, bro, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreme said that they was going to sign the Bad Boy. So if he's going to sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentence. That Pac was going to go and be with them first. But then Mopreme said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey and them went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy. So when I say I'm obsessed with talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth, who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player.
Diddy is also facing serious accusations, including claims of rape involving a TV remote. The lawsuit, filed by an unnamed woman, alleges that the rapper assaulted her in 2018 and then participated in a gang with a friend. The woman claims this attack occurred after she accused him of ordering the death of Tupac Shakur during a FaceTime call.
Contra Costa sheriff came out to the neighbor's home at the time of the incident because several police reports several 911 calls allegedly were made.
According to the lawsuit, several weeks after the accuser went to the hospital because she was still in pain. The lawsuit claims hospital personnel called Walnut Creek police, who took a statement from the accuser. This time she said she did not want to name Diddy. She said she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed and that later on the rapper would harm her.
The lawsuit further alleges that Diddy removed her clothes, covered her in some form of oil or lubricant, and then raped her using a TV remote. According to the filing, Diddy told her during the assault that her life was in his hands, and that if he wanted, she would never be seen again. Despite allegedly being given a large amount of drugs, the woman managed to get up and leave, with Diddy reportedly expressing surprise that she was able to move. He allegedly offered her money afterward, asking her to claim the encounter was consensual. The woman refused Diddy's offer and said she would report the incident, which led to further threats against her family. The lawsuit claims one of Diddy's associates even showed her a live...
Money can't buy you out of trouble, fool. For the love of money is the rule of all evil. You see? And those destined for it, you see, they fall themselves with many harmful, shameful lusts. You see how long is for a black man to live before his life is taken from him? How long would he live, man?
...stream of her sister's home as an intimidation tactic.
Was this individual treated like a sexual assault victim, or was she treated as someone that was not credible?
The accuser is seeking $50 million in damages from Diddy and those involved.
And the recent news and lawsuits just keep getting worse. A new lawsuit claims that Diddy was stopped from allegedly sexually assaulting a luxury car businessman by a professional athlete at one of his celebrity-packed parties. This lawsuit is part of a growing number of civil cases against Diddy, filed in the Southern District of New York. Among the recent allegations is a disturbing claim that Diddy raped a 13-year-old girl at a VMA's after-party in New York in September 2000, with 2 celebrities allegedly involved.
Sean Diddy Combs, a music mogul, is facing a series of new civil lawsuits, including allegations he sexually assaulted 2 teenagers. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, has the details.
Look, y'all. I know a lot of people say free Diddy, man. Come on, man. Diddy's in a world trouble. He's in trouble. We all pray. We all want to pray. You know what I mean? That he don't die. He don't die, and he don't get sick. There's a lot of you know what I mean. There's a lot of speculation. My thought of it, I look at when he couldn't come out the cell was something serious. And they said he was tested. He was tested for HIV. And it's like Jaguar Wright said that, she knows 20 rappers that was living with HIV, that's living with it. And when she include Diddy, that's another, that's another shocking, story she gave. So this whole, this whole, enterprise of, of Diddy's sexual involvement raised a lot of suspicions, and big celebrities that was involved in sexual heinous acts. It's sad to see the industry, and at some point everybody will tell on each other. It's going to get to a point. A lot of fingers going to be pointed. That's why I look at the end of the day, man. You know, they said Diddy was dealing with some health issues, and I can take some comments right now. It says Diddy a target in prison, and does he get special treatment? Well, no. I mean, you in there. You know what I mean? You getting. I mean, word is he was seeing doctors, man, and they say I don't know what had happened, but the word is he's seen the doctors because he had, you know what I mean. They test him. He had, you know what I mean. He had diagnosed with HIV. He was diagnosed, you know, with HIV, man, and the rumor, the word is, you know what I mean, that he's spreading it. That was the rumor that he's supposed to be spreading it. And you know, the sad thing, you know, I want to say because I've been in prison, and you know, I spend like every 8 years, even when my birthday came, you know what I mean. I spend every 8 years, man. And one thing is, if you don't do the time, don't let the time do you. But if you just don't do the time, man, it's, you know what I mean. It's gonna just have you crazy if you just don't do the time, man. Yeah, I read, you know what I mean. I read like I love reading the Bible. I love reading Bible, Quran, the dictionary. I love reading because it opens up, you know. Reading is very good, you know. And I spend much of my time, you know what I mean, I spend reading a lot, especially when I was in the holding tank, when I went to the hole for disciplinary actions and, you know, investigating a riot. I had a little riot happen, and you know, send me to the hole. You know, so I definitely know what it's like being in prison. A stress comes in. You know what I mean? I'm facing a high profile case too, and I was, you know what I mean? I was shit getting 10 years. Actually, they asked that, you know what I mean? They asked me, you know what I mean? Prosecution gave me a 10 to 25 sentence, and 10 to life. I was like, I'm not taking these deals, man. So I know what, you know what I mean? I know what it's like. And you know, there was this. A lot of people took plea deals, man. A lot of people I knew took plea deals. I ended up taking me a plea deal because there was probably, I know that was a few people that went to trial, and my cellie won his trial. I remember in county, this boy, he I don't know how long he was in county, in Clark County Detention Center. Cause that's what it all happened with me, and you know, me meeting other people and things like that. But yeah, he was facing a trial, man. He was going all the way. And he was very confident that he you know what I mean, he got his case because he got his case overturned. So he, you know what I mean, he probably coming back on the motion. You know what I mean, on the strong motion to get him back into court. You know what I mean. So yeah, man, these things happen. But to say this, man, I'm gonna say this to y'all. Taking your, you know what I mean, your your case to court. In every state, they have 70%. You take your case to trial, you know, most likely you'll be convicted. Now, with these allegations that Diddy got, the state, it seems to me that they got enough evidence for a conviction. And I remember where Gene Deal was saying, why would someone put out a bail package? Why would they put out a bail package for $48 million, right? I'll just wait to see if the court was going to give me a bail, you know what I mean? But, you know, they wasn't giving him no bail. See, whenever the court don't give you a bail, it's something serious, man. It's something that they got. I used to always tell someone, man, because someone always told me, man, if you don't have a bail, you know, your chance is very slim going to a trial. You know, that was given the bail. I was given, my bail was $200,000. $200,000 was my bail. It's still a lot of money, man. You know, man, my family didn't have that kind of money at the time, man. You know, I mean, we all don't have that kind of money at the time, man. But just imagine you paid one of those mortgage from one of your house. I guess Diddy paid that $18 million on a mortgage. But you know, you pay that much, and now you putting up collateral. Court ain't buying that, man. That says a lot in this case, man. They got enough, you know what I mean, to take. I want to say this. I'm not, you know what I mean. If you really look at these tapes, man, I think Diddy just did enough incrimination. They got a tape. If you see the tape, he's acting like a host. It's like an introducement to his wild party, right? He got the camera zooming in. It was a Wright gentleman. He showed this guy this. He said this would happen at coming to one of these Diddy's parties, man. He just incriminated himself right there, man. That shows you that show you your mind wasn't right then and there, man. See, this is why I say listen to me, you guys. When a lot of people make these YouTube channels and say, man, we all hope for him to get a fair trial. That's the first thing we say. We all hope for him to get a fair trial. But it's hard for someone to go get a fair trial when they got that. Remember that they're gonna get the statement from Cassidy. They also got one from Philip Pine. And you already know that Jay-Z legal team, Alex Sparrow, is taking that case, taking that 96 case, that Pop's murder. Is this, you know, you see, it's just over for Diddy, man. And when you put a hit out, and when you try to put a hit out on Jaguar, Wright, and Gene Deal, it shows everything about someone's character, man.
Aaron, good morning. Good morning. With this new batch of civil lawsuits accuses Sean Combs of Hugging and sexually assaulting 7 more alleged victims. One of them says she was 13 at the time, and certain celebrities were there watching. This morning, a new civil lawsuit alleges Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted a then 13-year-old girl after the VMAs in the year 2000. Combs attended the award show with his then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez. The lawsuit says Diddy's driver invited the alleged victim to an after-party, telling her Combs liked younger girls and saying she fit what Diddy was looking for. At the party, the lawsuit says the teen accepted a drink and went to lie down, feeling woozy and lightheaded. Combs allegedly grabbed the teen, saying, "You are ready to party." The lawsuit says the teen was sexually assaulted by a male, identified as Celebrity A, while Combs and a female, identified as Celebrity B, watched. Combs then allegedly assaulted her, while celebrities A and B watched.
These suits were filed shortly after Diddy's legal team asked a Manhattan federal judge to reveal the names of the increasing number of accusers. L.A. Reid, the Grammy-winning music executive, stepped down as CEO of Epic Records in 2017 following accusations of sexual harassment. Reid and Diddy have close ties, especially through their mutual connection with Usher, whose career took off after attending Diddy's industry boot camp in the 1990s. A major figure in hip-hop, Jay-Z's rise to billionaire status happened alongside Diddy's in the 1990s. Jay-Z has not been accused of any wrongdoing, but Jaguar Wright believes he is a horrendous human being in cahoots with Diddy.
D-I-D-D-Y. D-E-V-I. The devil. He's the devil. And if he ain't the devil, he is the damn short shepherd for him. He wants to be just like him. Let's get Diddy indicted and let's get Jay-Z up next.
Do you believe?
I promise you, whatever trafficking the diddler is being looked at for, Sean Carter aided and abetted or was directly involved. It's about to get real tense, and there's a lot of girls and boys who are still trapped inside the machine, working, paying their flesh debts. There's still a lot of them, and they know things that people ain't gonna be comfortable with them knowing. What people really need to be worried about is getting all of the witnesses to come forward before they disappear.
Kevin Liles, a longtime music executive connected to artists like Mariah Carey and Megan Thee Stallion, is reportedly stepping down from his role as chair and CEO of Warner Music's 300 Elektra Entertainment. While Liles has...
This time, she said she did not want to name Diddy. She said she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed and that later on, the rapper would harm her.
People around Diddy and what everybody knows.
What happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
D-I-D-D-Y. D-E-V-I.
So it's seemingly been confirmed that Diddy tried to put out a hit.
So it says it has been confirmed that Diddy was trying to put out a hit on Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright. Gene Deal was an ex-bodyguard of Diddy's. Jaguar Wright was a magician. So of course the two gonna know about Diddy's past, what he's been involved in. You know what I mean? Gene Deal was, you know what I mean, Diddy's right-hand man. And he felt that, you know what I mean, Diddy portrayed him. That shows a portrayal. And Diddy was trying to get the two of them killed, man. On the, you know what I mean, on the exclusive interview, you had Jaguar Wright was talking with Howard about all, you know what I mean, of these heinous sexual acts that Diddy was doing. And you know what I mean, whether he took her word, but the fact of the matter is, Jazz said she know 20 people that was living with that stuff, living with AIDS. Diddy was living with HIV. That's a serious health problem he having in there. The last time he wasn't even eating. He wasn't coming out the cell. It says the daughters is coming out saying that he looked standing. You know, it's sad to see the family, you know what I mean, fall apart. The family's falling apart, man. You know, you see young Christian Combs, you know what I mean? It's like he's facing, you know what I mean? He's facing federal indictment, man. And it's sad. It's sad because they don't really have no legitimate father. Because you gotta remember, Diddy lost his father. So if Diddy didn't know what was like a parenting, because he never had that in his life. So when you don't have that in your life, you don't have nothing to give to your kids, but fame, fortune, and everything that I can give you. That Satan can give you. But a ticket to hell, a ticket to death, hell. You know, it was times that I was given opportunity to get in the industry, and well, this is all I had to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? See how I know? You know what I mean? I was a member of the LA Film School. You know what I mean? And going to the festival, and you know what I mean? It's just, you know, you gotta look. It don't really take no. It just take you networking who you know. You know what I mean? It just take network. It don't really take you have to go to school. Because you gotta understand, there's a lot of business going on in Hollywood. There's a lot of business, and the business goes on in the parties. That's what it all take place at, in the parties. That's what you get a lot of business entrepreneurs from home. When they see in Hollywood, they throw these parties though. You want to get in, you want to get into the industry, you want to get into the secret side, you want to get into the industry. It starts on these parties, man. And when you get into these parties, you know what I mean, you meet these executives, these producers. I'm not making this stuff up, man. I seen it firsthand. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the first one to see it, but I was able to see it. A lot of stuff is going on, man. I was invited to one of these mansion parties. Yeah, you got to give them your phone and all that. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to sign papers. And, you know, it's chill. Don't get me wrong. I had my little weed. You know, I mean, I was always told I'm told from people that went to these parties, like, don't drink nothing. Anybody offer you a drink, don't take it. Just say that you don't drink. All right. They got damn near every drug. And then you see people already, you know what I mean, high on something. It's just like, it's crazy, man. And I got to a point, I got there, first thing, man, you know what I mean, I had to use the bathroom. He said, well, go upstairs, the door your right, you know. Go upstairs is rooms, man. You gotta make sure what he's saying, the right to the couple doors down few doors down, I think he was saying. So I went up there, man. You know what I mean? Open. You know what I mean? I started this because I was already a little metal. Like when I got to the party, I was, you know what I mean? Had, you know what I mean, a few blunts. I don't know what party this was, bro. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, I was kind of new. I was kind of new in the industry. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of parties. You know what I mean? This kind of. I know there was celebrities and I know there's some executive. But yeah, I would get to this story to y'all, man. Like, man, you start opening up one door, man. Cause I was already, man. I opened up one door. There's a lot of negotiation, right? So I heard him close that door, man. Right? Because I just seen people talking, people sitting on the bed. You know what I mean? And the man it looked like a executive producer talking, right? And I seen like few people sitting on the bed. I open this another door, man. It's like man's talking on each other, man. I don't see. I never seen another man talk so close on each other, man. Unless something going on. You know what I mean? It could have been like a Diddy's party. It could have been one of these like Diddy's parties, but it was crazy. And then when I open another door, I'm seeing man on man, right? And motherfuckers opening like I get to the hall. I'm finally getting to the hall where the bathroom is now. Like I remember he said the right, but I'm calling myself opening doors or something. You know what I mean? And I noticed once I open up these doors, I know that I got to the bathroom and motherfuckers looking in the hallway like. But then again, I'm not paying no attention, right? I go in the bathroom, boom, use the bathroom. No, and I come out, motherfuckers all in the hallway, man. It's like, what's that about, right? So I'm looking at them just like I'm looking at me, like because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. They're just checking your temperature. They're trying to see who you know in here, man. He ain't in one of these rooms. He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't getting jiggy with it. He ain't getting zesty with it. I ain't with all that shit though. So they looking at it like they trying to see who brought him to this party. There had to be someone who brought him here to this party. So man, look, man, my boy Eric just happened to come upstairs to the hallway because it's like he you know what I mean. He wanted like man, I know he know where the bathroom is. He like you know what I mean. Well, my boy Eric, yeah, he come to the hallway. The motherfuckers like flew like flies. He come talk to me, right? Boom, I was downstairs. Like you enjoying yourself, like yeah, man, yeah, sort of, man. You know what I mean? But I wasn't feeling that what was going on in his room. He like, yeah, you what you did. He like, what you did, man. I'm like, well, I went up there, man, and it just dawned me, man. I remember you told me at the far end, the bathroom, on the right side, man, on the right side, right. So I like, man, I just started opening up the doors, man. He was like, hey, man, yeah, it's kind of coming to that time of night, right? So it's like 1:45 or so, like get ready to be 2 o'clock. And he telling me, look, man, it's gonna be some kind of freaky shit. I'm already seeing the shit, right? He like, yeah, man. He like, man, you want to see a lot of shit. You want to see a lot of shit going on, man. And that's where you know what I mean. You probably want to leave around this time. I could take you. I'm gonna take you. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm gonna take you to the bus station and shit. You know what I mean? That's what he did as a homie, man. You know what I mean? So, look, man, I'll tell y'all something, man. After a certain hour, man, it turns up, man, to a whole knot.
I mean, motherfuckers introducing themselves. All this right. If you straight in there, you better get straight or whatever. If you straight, that's how they like you. Yeah, I play a little poker. I did play a little poker, but yeah, you gonna get. Hey man, after that time, y'all, man, I just left, man. That shit wasn't from me, man. He took me, man, took me to the man. That's why I say, y'all, like I went. I went to a couple. I went to the, I mean, a couple of these parties. A few of these parties I seen, man. I came. It's like people get so out. Man, I came across money and shit because I used to work security. You know what I mean? Used to make a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, look, man. It's a lot of times, bro, as being security, bro, seeing a lot of shit, a lot of shit goes down and shit. It's hard to see it. It's hard to see it, and then just be around stuff that just go on like that. That's the reason why I was like, I need to get it. Like, I need to get this YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And so I need to tell. I just need to tell my story, man, like how everybody else is, like Jad Wright, and you know what I mean. People like, you know what I mean, Gene Deal, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff in the industry goes on, and people don't even know it, man. Kids, number one, man. Kids is the number one that they go after, man. They promise them careers and jobs that they never have, man. And you know what? The dumb, some of these dumb parents, man, they'd rather drop their kids off, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. They probably go out there and meet the people and stuff like this, and their kids, like, they just get captured, man. You know what I mean? So I seen like the FBI, they had claims of Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean, having, you know what I mean, they got, you know what I mean, having private, you know what I mean, sessions, you know what I mean, on his private videos, that he having section with Diddy, and he hired, you know what I mean, he hired like girls and boys. So whether Diddy had hired, you know what I mean, sex workers, you know what I mean, male workers. But see, for some reason, Snoop is in the files that they said FBI got claim of Snoop Doggy Dogg in these private parties that they got, you know what I mean, him buying male workers, you know what I mean. So whether he was buying, you know what I mean, male sex workers, whether he's buying boys and girls, we don't know. But Wright says in the New York Times, she says about these exclusive accusations of Diddy coming out with HIV. He was living with HIV, and I know 20 people that's living. So, for some reason she's not giving out the names yet. I think she will probably give these names in the next broadcast. So, you got another horrifying stories of, Diddy. You know what I mean? You see when he hires a hitman to, to send a hit on Jad Wright and Gene Deal, man. It's sad, y'all, because you know, Diddy facing, you know, he's not facing 15, 20, but he's facing a life. He got a life sentence he's facing, man. And when it comes to Gene Deal, man, he was Diddy's ex bodyguard, man, and he always wanted to be in the right, man. You know, and it was like he know what happened to Big. It's hard to talk to someone like Miss Wallace, man. He was a good friend, you know what I mean? Wallace was a good friend of Gene Deal, man. So he you know he actually met, and you know what I mean, it's all love and it was all respect, man. But this happened if you was this there that time he witnessed, you know what I mean? Biggie got the, you know what I mean, guns draw while Diddy's running back and forth, don't know what's going on, man. And that time he told Keith, take the wheel, man. Just take, if you don't take the wheel, if you don't move, because he felt something. And when you feel something like that, you know what I mean, it's hard to tell someone, man. It was hard to tell. But like I said, man, Miss Wallace watched all his shows, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, but like I said, y'all, it's just another horrible, shocking, you know what I mean, revelations being everything being revealed, man. And you know what I mean, Diddy won't last, he won't last too long, man. You know, they said he was thinning, man. It's when you live with, you know what I mean, there's people live with HIV because they can have a cure for it, but when you out, you can have a cure for it, but when you in there, it's no cure for HIV. It's hard for him to have a cure, especially if he's not eating the food. You know, so if he's not eating, and if he's thinning and he's getting sick, it says how many years was you in the joint? I was in the joint for 8 years. Yeah, I was in there for 8 years. And the time, man, the time is miserable. So I know what's probably going through Diddy right now, man. See, when you facing a life sentence, if I was facing a life sentence, man, I don't know what I would be doing, man. When you facing, when they telling you, because at some point, I guess his lawyer team is overwhelmed already. There's so many people coming forward. There's so many you know what I mean, allegations. You know what I mean. So many people coming forward. Don't. I want you guys to listen. Don't listen to the people making YouTubes. If you seen people making YouTubes and it's a red flag that they talking about Diddy, it's like we got good news on Diddy. It's like it's never no good news. First of all, man. It's never gonna be no good news, man. It's never gonna be no good news, man. Because whenever you've been denied 3 times, it's not a good that's not a good news for you, man. You want to be able to, the important thing, man. You want to be able to fight your case on the outs if you can. You want to fight your case on the outs. It's not a good look, man. Especially if you sick, man. If you sick, let's picture if you sick going to trial or trying to prepare for a trial. They said at this point when Diddy got denied, they said at this point he don't care no more. They said he's going back to his old ways in there, man. You see he had groupies, you know what I mean? You see he had a groupie in there with you know what I mean? He wanted to clean. He was the one that wanted to clean. You know what I mean? Probably wash his clothes. wash all his clothes, and make up his bed, and clean for him. Do the whole nine. He didn't want the other one. No other groupie coming. Nah, you know what I mean. They said there was groupies fighting over him, man. He needs some kind of protection, man. But you know that 20 L's, when you got a life sentence like hanging over you, I don't even know, fam. I really don't know what I would do if I have a life sentence hanging on, man. Look, man, you got to spend the rest of your life here, man. I don't know what I would, man. Be honest with you, but you gotta maintain. At some point, you got to maintain, because if you just let it like drive you crazy, then you would die. You would die in there, man. But it's hard, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard, man. Some people just go and kill themselves, man. I know people that committed suicide and they went on and killed themselves before even making a trial. You know what I mean? 2 people suicide killed themselves, man, before their case even made it to trial. But if you sick, and the way that they saying it, man, that Diddy's sick. If you don't look good to stand trial, and that's just that, you know what I mean. I don't, you know what I mean. As a black man, man, I don't try to wish, like, make these videos to wish nothing, like, but he just had that coming, man. See however you know what I mean, however you make your bed, however you gotta lay in it, man. You know what I mean. He forced coercion. He spiked up his drinks, give to his victims, man. They'll think that they'll just be drinking, like, you know what I mean, a natural drink, man, like a natural drink, like, you know what I mean, a nice drink. They man, not realizing, you know what I mean, the drinks is spiced up, and you know what I mean. This think how many times he got away with that. That's, you know what I mean, that's rape all day. I mean, just think how many people he was able just to pull that trick, just pull that same trick on that person. He you know what I mean. You know how he talking around his homies, man. You know, well, I gotta have so and so, man. Right over, man. How, you know what I mean? Have her with the, you know what I mean? Have the crystal. You know what I mean? Because we know we're gonna drink that crystal. You know what I mean? You know, and you know what I mean. The next thing you know, the drinks is spiced up, real good, man. Next thing you know, she fall, boom. Once they see you fall, got them. You know what I mean? That's the old trick, man. That if you're in Vegas, you gotta watch out, because that's the trick that they use. Spike the drink up. If I never drink that GHB, that date rape drug, there they spike the drink up real good, man. You got to think how many of his victims he got. How many people was this victimized? And he had a lot of people watch that shit. A lot of people took part in that shit. You know what I mean? But they've been doing this kind of stuff in Hollywood, though. So what? See this kind of behavior that we ain't never seen, man. So who would lead this man to this kind of behavior, man? I mean, we know already, because we can just think logic and think like, nah. It was enemy that did this, man. See when you're powerful, Well, when you're a powerful figure, man, look, man, he got to definitely do the devil's bid, man. He definitely got to, you know what I mean, take the keys. He definitely got to do the devil. He said, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to build my empire. I'm going to build my empire. It's like Fat Joe said. You know what I mean? Diddy's well known, man. He's well known as a business entrepreneur. He's well known as that. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't stop saying he's a good business, you know what I mean, entrepreneur. Any time when a man can work from his home, have these parties and have these freak offs and know what I mean, and know how to build his empire, know how to be a great, you know what I mean, entrepreneur, man. Y'all don't see it, man. This is how he this is how he came. This is how he came, man. That's how he came, man. You see how he came? He brought Usher in the industry, man. Come on, man. Usher was it all these, you know what I mean? Look, man. We used to fight over the frosting flakes, man. Nah, not the real frosting flakes you eat, fool. Y'all thought they was talking about the real frosting flakes we eat, right? Nah, they wasn't talking about that. He used to fight this dude, man. Usher was trying to fight back, man. Just imagine you giving a drink. Usher was giving a drink and had spice in it. Imagine you fighting and you being dragged, you knocked out, first of all. That's what it's going to have you do. And you being moved to one direction. You know what I mean? I want y'all to see the play, man. He just didn't have it. We just didn't have it with Usher. He had it with Bieber. The ones he had you know what I mean, you can't see this is why everybody mama knows about this, man. The law enforcement, they already know all about this, man. That's the tapes that they got out first, man. Because you know why? Usher can't be quiet no more. Usher can't be quiet no more, man. The tapes that we seeing right now, they can't be quiet no more. Snoop Dogg, he can't be quiet no more. I'm sorry, he can't be quiet no more, man. Cause they gonna come. Where was you at one night? You know what I mean? Like this is. I'm telling you, this is how they gonna come, man. I'm telling you how the FBI is gonna come. I'm telling you how they gonna come, man. They want to get it. They want to get anybody, man. Come on, man. Don't think that just because, you know what I mean. They had this fire in Hollywood, this wildfire, right? And celebrity homes was burnt. Yeah, they show all the celebrities' homes was burnt, right? Yeah, they took a big loss, man. These people took a big loss. You know what I mean? Shit. You don't think for a second I won't be mad, man? If I knew Diddy in the industry, cause they all network with each other, man. They all be, you know what I mean? They all kick it. They all live with each other. They all have a community with each other, man. But taking a loss like this, man, it's a lot, man. It says a lot, man. You mean to tell me that these people ain't? Come on, man. People took a loss, man. You mean to tell me that they ain't finna shit? They ain't finna tell what they know, man. I'm telling you, man. People took a major loss, man. And you gotta remember, man, what's at stake, man. Always remember, man, what's at stake, man. You know what I mean? Always remember. I always want y'all to remember what's at stake. There's so much at stake with Diddy, man. You know what I mean? Is what he made it, man. It's what he made it to be.
On Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright for exposing his crimes. And this is genuinely bone-chilling. Hear it from the horse's mouth itself.
What happens with exposures? You make yourself vulnerable to all kinds of attacks, seen and unseen. What happened to my friend? When he passed away, there was $250,000 on my head and $150,000 on his. But what if I had decided to go back with my head held low and said, Sean, I'm willing to play the game, and then found a way to get inside of him and move him around?
Cam, let me tell you something, man. If I worried about what somebody would do for me, I wouldn't be the man that I am. I keep my head on the swivel. I do what I have to do to protect myself and my family. All I know is that I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. I got people out here that love me. You understand? And if something happened to me, I know people's going to make sure you meet me wherever we got to go after this life.
And this comes on the heels of the fact that Gene Deal previously said Diddy had tried to reach out and silence him before.
He don't usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here, yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie? And I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from it. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being tough, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Gunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me. Enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that. Enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about that. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
No, I got a phone call from Kirk Burroughs.
All right, y'all. That's stats. I'll see you on the next one.